When the mapmaker comes to your door, you have until she finishes the drawing. Then the place is gone. The village, the house, all of it. And everyone blames the sea, or the years, or bad luck. They're wrong. And the one person who never once guessed the truth was the mapmaker herself. There was a woman who could draw any place in the world, but only once it had begun to die. They called her the cartographer. She came on foot, always alone, a worn leather case of pens under one arm. Her maps were perfect. People said you could find your way home by one of them, long after home was gone. A map, she told herself, is a promise that a place was real, and wherever the road carried her, the same was true. By the time she arrived, a place had already begun to slip out of the world. So the villages learned to dread the sight of her. Mothers took their children indoors. No one ever asked her to stay. The marsh house stood on stilts at the mouth of the sea, where the tide turned the reeds to silver. A crooked alder leaned over its roof. A single lamp burned in the window. Marin knew what it meant. It meant they had seen her coming. The mother met her on the jetty, and she did not weep. She had the stillness of someone who has already done her weeping.
We know why you're here. The high tides. By autumn, the water takes the house. We've made our peace. Draw it well, so there's something left of it.
But the child had not made her peace. Her name was Pell. She was perhaps 8 years old, and she did not believe for one moment that her home was going anywhere. She planted herself square in front of the cartographer, fists on her hips.
You're the mapmaker. You draw things so they last.
Marin knelt down to her.
I draw them so they're remembered. After.
No. You draw our house. All of it. Don't leave anything out, and then it can't be lost, because it'll be on the map. Forever.
And the cartographer, who had spent a lifetime being feared, found she had no defense against being wanted.
Is it finished?
I haven't started.
So the girl showed her the house, and the cartographer drew. But Pell would not let her draw only what a map draws. She showed her the things no map has ever held. The secret name of the alder tree. The one spot on the steppe where, at dusk, the light turned gold.
That too. Put that on. All of it.
And Marin, smiling now, drew it all. Until the map held things a map was never meant to hold. It was as she inked the last of the reeds that she noticed the quiet. The wind had dropped. Not softened. Stopped. The water sat flat and dead against the pilings. A gull hung in the sky and did not beat its wings.
Is it finished?
Marin looked at the page. Only one corner was still bare, the little room where the girl slept.
Not yet.
But her hand had begun to shake. And in that stillness, the thing she had spent her whole life not knowing caught up with her. She had told herself she arrived because a place was dying, that the map came after the wound. It was a lie. The map did not come after. Trimmed van Mainage in the H's all as credi dade choir seasons meath under to the peeper. The map did not come after. The map was the wound. She had never once drawn a place that was already dying. She had killed every place she ever mapped. the moment she finished it, because a thing drawn completely, with nothing left out, is a thing that is done. And what is done cannot change. And what cannot change cannot live. The first place she ever drew, as a girl, her own home, was the first to go. The map of the Marsh house lay almost complete across her knee. One corner left, a few strokes, and it would be perfect.
Is it finished?
She asked again, and this time, the question had a whole life inside it. Every part of her wanted to finish it. She had never, in her whole life, left a map undone. She set the pen down.
No, it's not finished.
She folded the page along the empty corner and pressed it into the girl's hand.
And I'm not going to finish it. Never let anyone finish it. Leave it a little bit unfinished. Always. And it stays yours.
Behind them, the marsh took a breath. The wind came back, moving through the reeds. Then, the water remembered itself and began to turn, sliding back toward the sea the way it had for 1,000 years, the way it would tomorrow. Because tomorrow had been allowed to exist. The house stood on its stilts, unfinished, imperfect, and entirely alive. Pell held the map to her chest and did not yet understand why the old woman. Pell held the map to her chest and did not yet understand why the old woman was crying. She would, one day. And Marin walked back up the road, for the first time leaving a place behind her still living, because she had left it undone. They say she still walks, the cartographer, from one dying place to the next. But now, when she opens her book to draw, she leaves the first line undrawn and folded in her coat, worn soft at the creases. She carries one old map. A house on a marsh, with a small room left empty in the corner. It is the only place she ever drew that she never lost, because she never finished it.